What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Yes, sadly, that was my twin turbo Huracan smoking its tailpipes off. Unfortunately, that was not such good news. So let me give you guys a little bit of background on the car. So basically, this smoking has been taking place for some time now. It's been happening ever since I raced the yellow McLaren 570S. When I raced that car, the car was smoking in the manner that you just saw. And then after that, I raced the Evo, and it was still smoking like that. And then after that, I raced the McLaren, which recently, I'm not sure if you guys know, but that car recently went 8.9 at 157 or 58 or something like that. So when I raced that car, it was also smoking. I never really thought it was that big of a deal just because of the fact that the car was running so strong, right? So, I mean, I'd get on the car, it would feel great. I never once felt the car was weak. It always ran really great 60 to 130 numbers and 100 to 150 numbers, even with the smoke coming out of the tailpipes the way it is. So I never really thought it was a big deal. And even when I spoke to my tuner, my tuner, without seeing the car, with just me explaining to him the situation, also said that it's probably not a big deal. It may just be some kind of oil seal problem, and replacing the turbos might make that go away. But unfortunately, what happened was when I got the car to him for him to check it out in person, he basically did a compression test on the car, and the compression test results weren't as strong as we would like. So, if I think about it, I really think that I can get away with this car the way it is right now for another season. But you know what? Why even wait, right? It's just a matter of time. If I don't build it now, I'm gonna have to build it next season. Not only that, what I don't want to happen is I don't want the car to blow up on me, put a hole through the block or something while I'm racing it this season. So I figured, you know what? Right now it would be a good time to just get this over with and build the car. Now, you guys have to keep in mind too that in my previous videos, I've told you guys that really I am pushing the car. I mean, there's a reason why tuners stop the power at 850 wheel on 93 and 1,000 wheel horsepower on race gas. But as you guys know, I was greedy, I wanted more. So we made actually more than 900 wheel horsepower on pump gas and made over 1,100 wheel horsepower on race gas. And I knew it was a matter of time. I've said it before in my videos. I knew it was gonna be a matter of time before this would take place. I just wasn't sure when it was gonna happen, but now we know. And as you guys know from my previous videos, I showed you guys all the pulls I made with the car. I got about 50 pulls. It's actually more like 60 or 70 pulls because there's more pulls on there that I never showed you guys through the video. But we'll call it about 70 pulls. So it lasted about 70 pulls, which, you know what? It's not that bad. I mean, when you think about it, we're making over 1,100 wheel horsepower on a stock motor, and this motor is meant for NA performance, naturally aspirated performance. It's not meant for boosted application. So the fact that I made that kind of power and ran it as much as I did, and it still hasn't given up on me yet, I think that's pretty impressive within itself. So here we are going to build the motor, you guys, and you know what? I mean, I'm happy about it, but I'm not, right? It's kind of like a two-way thing because I'm happy about it because I'm gonna build the motor, hopefully have a very reliable motor for the next 3 to 4 years, and hopefully the car doesn't see the shop again from the time I get it back until it needs to for another 4 years or so. But it kind of sucks too because this is not an inexpensive fix. This is gonna cost a pretty penny, which let's talk about that and show you guys what it's gonna cost me to build the motor. But before I get there, I know a lot of you guys are gonna ask me, what is the motor gonna make? How much power is this car gonna make? Well, let me tell you something. The car is not going to make a lot of power. The whole purpose of this motor and building it is to basically have the car reliable, make it very reliable and have it last 3 to 4 years. And in order to do that, I cannot possibly push this motor that we're building. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cap the power at 1,250 wheel horsepower. I made it very clear to my tuner that the power must be capped at 1,250. I don't want a single wheel horsepower more than 1,250. We're gonna stick with 1,250 wheel horsepower because you gotta remember, I am not touching the gears. Now I do have a fully built clutch from SSP. I have billet baskets, billet cage, billet cover, and some other stuff. So everything is built, but my gears are still stock. And knowing that I don't want to break the gears, we are going to stick with 1250 wheel horsepower for this motor build. All right, so as far as costs, let me show you guys what it costs to build this motor. So I'm not going to talk about every single line item. You guys can stop the video and check that out. I'll just talk about the meat of the quote, so let's get to it. We are going to CNC machine the block to install cylinder sleeves. We got some Carrillo connecting rods along with custom pistons forged by CP. All bearings, seals, and gaskets will be replaced. We are using ARP head studs. We're gonna mill the cylinder heads along with a valve job and etc. So that's gonna be about $37,000. And what you don't see here is the upgraded ID 1300 X2 injectors along with upgraded in-tank fuel pump, which is an additional $3,000, bringing us to a total of $40,000 to build this motor. So yes, like I said, it's not cheap to go this route with the car, but I really think it's the right thing to do right now versus later. That way I don't run into problems and have some major catastrophe on the road with the car. As far as timing goes, so I have asked my tuner nicely to please get the car back in my hands by May 17th. I really want to get the car back and enjoy it for the rest of May, June, July, August, September, and October. I don't want to lose much time, and I asked him to put it in writing for me, as you can see here. So hopefully I can get it back within this time frame. That would be wonderful, and I can enjoy the car and make you guys some cool videos, and we can both be happy. All right, guys, so that's that. Unfortunately, not such a great video that I wanted to make, but I do want to keep you guys updated, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Also with the Porsche, I got some pretty cool stuff coming up, so I have some races Pablo and I will be doing with the Porsche this upcoming weekend, so I hope to have that video uploaded by, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday of next week, so that should be pretty cool. Stay tuned for that, and also stay tuned for the Huracan updates. I will try to have some updates for you guys along the way. Until then, I'll see you guys next video.